I just got back from a 1,200-mile trip. 600 miles or thereabouts in an airplane, and the other 600 miles, maybe more, in my trusty van. And I'm now doing my laundry. 3 things. Charlotte Airport, in Charlotte, North Carolina, of course, is really a nice and well laid out airport. I like that. Number 2, the most exciting part of the airplane trip was in the airport itself, when I played the part as the observer, just watching people. To me, that was far more entertaining than television. It is interesting how people behave as they pretend to be alive. And number 3, the 600-mile drive was not only therapeutic, but it was what I needed to refresh the old mind, body, and spirit. By the way, I am in a quandary as to what to do about my van. I do love my van, but unfortunately it is in need of repairs. It is in need of a tune-up. The O2 sensors need replacing. And the major problem, of course, is the transmission. I think the transmission is in need of servicing. Here's my quandary. Where do I find an honest, the emphasis is on the word honest, transmission place in Atlanta, Georgia? My van has about 151,000 miles, and I don't think the transmission has ever been serviced. The so-called national transmission places up in Virginia, well, they offered only one solution, about $2,500 for new transmission. What do you suggest? Should I sell my van? Should I get it repaired? Okay, share your thoughts on this. Anyway, back to item number 2, observing people in the airport. That is sitting quietly at the airport, just looking at people. To me, that was fascinating. I am sure that I was being observed too. When people saw me, it was never a question of whether or not they should offer me some sort of charity. It was just a matter of getting enough courage to make the offer. I always dress like this. I always dress like a bum. But I like being invisible. Something funny did happen, though, I must share with you. The TSA guy smiled at me, and that in itself was quite a feat. And then he asked, as my arms were up in the air, "Are you wearing a Rolex?" No, of course not. But he did that, I think, just to make me feel good. And to be quite frank with you, I did appreciate the smile, too. And I was not hassled this time for my cameras, recorders, laptop, and so forth. That was a pleasant, very pleasant surprise. I keep straying, don't I? Anyway, I'm so glad to be back, to be shooting pictures of bugs. That makes me happy. You know, I must tell you, I am convinced that I am antisocial. I am. I just don't like to play the games that people enjoy playing so very well. I like being me, and it is quite a strain on my psyche to conform to the expectations of others. I hate having to pretend just to be considered acceptable in the so-called daily struggle of sharing your life with others. The truth is, it's not that I dislike people, really. I do enjoy people, honest people. The truth is that I do enjoy being around creative people. I really enjoy being in the company of others who find that it is okay to shoot pictures of bugs, leaves, and flowers. I do. They're very special people, I think. Ah, yes. Me, my bugs, my flowers, and I. I feel less lonely here among my subjects, bugs and flowers, than I did while I was off the reservation and with people. I call this bit of paradise, this 5-acre bit of paradise, my reservation. For no particular reason, I just love the solitude, and I just love the beauty of this place. It is just me, no one else for the most part, but just me. Anyway, back to my observations of people. I told you about the TSA man. He was very pleasant. There was one other person, the waitress at Ruby Tuesday. She was a delight. She may not have cared about me personally after all. I'm a 67-year-old man. But she made a believer out of me. She made me believe that she truly cared. I walked in dripping wet because, yes, I got caught in the rain. And she was the kindest. Lots of paper towels to dry me off. And her interest in me and my Navy career were commendable. The Ruby Tuesday just off exit 49 in Fayetteville, North Carolina. As for the motel where I stayed, it'll remain nameless. But back to the bugs. This bug you're looking at, he is quite a lover, isn't he? Just watch how he's stroking that flower.